Alright, welcome. This is Squirtle Master Kenobi, and I'm going to be bringing you a team building video for Pokemon Sword and Shield. As most of you probably are aware, this last weekend we got basically the whole Pokedex spoiled for us. Not spoiled, I wouldn't say. Well, it was spoiled, but leaked. It was leaked, and spoiled or not spoiled, whatever. Now we basically know the majority of what the Pokemon are going to be, if not all of them. And what I have up here is I have just a basic publisher file, and I have whited out all the pictures, and I'm going to basically reveal as we go on my team pick. The first thing I will reveal to you, though, is obviously I will be picking Pokemon Sword and Shield. That is my game that I will be going for. When they were first announced, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go Sword or Shield. And then when we got a chance to look at the legendaries, I decided that I kind of liked the Shield legendary better. I think his name is Zamazenta. Also, FYI, I'm kind of speaking a little bit softer right now because it's about 2 o'clock in the morning in my house and everyone's asleep, so I don't want to wake everybody up. So I've been picking Shield. Mainly why this is important to this kind of video is because, well, I mean, as you know, there are version exclusives such as Sirfetch'd and Galarian Ponyta. So depending on if I had any of those in the game, it could affect which game I have, and also could affect the Pokemon that I could have from that game. So without any delay, let's go ahead and crack into this. I'm going to go ahead and remove this now because this will be in the way. So the first Pokemon, obviously, that we have to talk about is the starter type. Of course, there was Grookey, the Grass Monkey, Scorbunny, the Fire Bunny, and Sobble, the Water Chameleon. I've always been a water type guy myself. With Red Blue, I picked Squirtle. With Silver and Gold, I picked Totodile. Third generation was weird because my sister didn't like Trico, which is the one that she usually went for grass. So we switched at that time, and I went for Trico, and she went for Mudkip. But Mudkip I like more than Trico, and ever since after our first playthrough, I have always picked Mudkip. Then going down the line, Piplup, Oshawott, and Froakie, and then Gen 7 was another one of those situations where I picked Rowlet instead of Popular because I wasn't too into Primarina. But I'm going to go back to tradition with this game, and I'm going to be picking Sobble. So my first Pokemon in my party will end up being none other than Inteleon, the Water Chameleon type Pokemon. And it was interesting because when I was really looking forward to the possibility of this one being a Water Psychic type, because I like Psychic types a lot. But I think I'm okay with it being a pure water type. I like its design, but when I first saw it, I was a little bit thrown off. I wasn't sure that I liked it that much. But as I've been able to look at it more and more, it's grown on me a lot. So I will be sticking with my initial plan and be going with Sobble. Second up, I believe, should be the regional bird, which for this game is Corviknight. Of course, leaks have shown us that we'll first get a Rookidee and it'll evolve into Corvisquire, and then we'll get this Flying Steel type Corviknight. Now, I'm sure most people are probably going to use this Pokemon because, I mean, look how sick this thing is. It's like basically the Galar version of Skarmory, except for that you also get the Pidgeotto and the Pidgey before it. You know, the two Pokemon beforehand. I cannot remember for my third Pokemon what exactly the first form of it is, but it is the bug type Pokemon, and as full evolved it becomes Orbeetle, the bug psychic. I've always liked bug types. Like every time I've always had a bug Pokemon on my team. I used Venomoth in Gen 1, I used Heracross in Gen 2, Nincada in Gen 3, you name it. I've always had a bug type in my party, and I would like to keep it that way. I believe this next one should be Yamper. Yes, Yamper. So Yamper, from the moment I saw Yamper, I decided that I wanted one. It's an electric type. It's a dog. Dogs are one of my favorite animals. And I mean, just look how cute that boy looks. And he's gonna be a good little speed demon. It's gonna hopefully not have, you know, crappy stats. And I just like looking at him. I think he's a really cool design. I think he's a cool step up from Yamper. I think Yamper was a interesting design in the first place, and I would have liked it even if Yamper never evolved. But with Boltund, I think I really like the final form of Yamper. Moving right along to Pokemon number 5, we have Obstagoon. Now, I did not use Zigzagoon at all during Generation 3. I'm not really a normal type Pokemon user. And a couple of examples of normal type Pokemon that I have used in the past have been like Rattata. I actually really enjoy using Rattata and Raticate. And then I also used Patrat and Lillipup a little bit in Gen 5. But other than that, really, and Tauros is pretty cool. But I don't really like using normals because you can't affect ghosts with them. They're super weak to fighting. There's just a lot of drawbacks to using normals. And you know, I bring up the fighting thing. This is a dark normal, so he's quad weak to fighting. But what I like is I like that it is a Galarian form at first with the Zigzagoon and the Linoon, but then it gets a brand new Pokemon for its fully evolved form in Obstagoon. I like that it's a dark type, and I like it gives me some more versatility. So I can affect ground and rock types and fire types with Inteleon. I can affect flying and bug and fairy type with Corviknight. I can affect psychic and fighting and poison types with Orbeetle. I can affect water types and flying types with Boltund, and now I can affect psychic types and ghost types with Obstagoon. So I have a lot of super effective versatility so far with adding him. And I also just like the Kiss theme. I think it's a really funny idea. I just like the way Obstagoon looks. Alright, now for the final Pokemon, you'll notice that there is a lack of grass and fire on my team as of right now, but that will change by adding this Scorch. As I said, I like the bug types, and I mean, I like the fact that Scorch is a fire type and it's a bug type. So that'll get me a little bit, you know, more. I can now affect ice types. So I think my team, let's see, I got ground, I got rock that I can affect. I can affect, I can take care of steel, I can take care of psychic, I can take care of poison, I can take care of fighting, I can take care of flying. So let's just do this. So fire, water, grass. Are those all good? Yes, I can take care of fire. Yes, I can take care of water. Yes, I can take care of grass. Can I take care of normal? Technically, no, because I don't have a fighting type. But that's not a problem because normals are not usually that hard to fight. But I can take care of psychic and ghost because I have the dark. I can take care of, and also have the bug. I can take care of fairies because I've got the steel. I can take care of ice because I've got the fire. I can take care of flying because I've got the electric. I can take care of steel because I've got the electric and the fire. I can take care of, what else? See, ones that I'm going to have a hard time with are going to be normal, dragon, well, obviously rock and ground, so that'd be 11, so that'd be 7 more, so there's 5 more that I'm not thinking of right now. Oh, bug I'll be able to take care of easy, because of fire and flying. See, I think there'll only be like 3 or 4 different types that my team won't necessarily be able to easily handle. Oh, electric. I won't necessarily be able to easily handle electric, because I don't have any ground influence in my team. But that being said, if I wanted to, I do have this. We can look through this real quick. I'll open it up this way. You know, let me just download it. I'll copy the image and I'll paste it into here. That way we can. Oh, that's not gonna work. All right, I think I did save it. Let's see, is it in downloads? It should be. Oh, it's in pictures. That's right. I forgot I saved it over here. It's called Pokemons. Alright, so let's take a look at this thing. So, if I wanted to have, say, a ground type that could affect electrics, it looks like I would have to go with potentially Roly-Poly, which could also cover my fire type. Now, I was thinking of catching a Roly-Poly anyways and having that on hand. Impidimp was another one that I was considering going with. There's Stone Germ, which looks like ground. I don't know if this is ground. I don't know if that's rock or if it's ground, because I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's rock or if that's something else. Maybe that's ground. Maybe that's rock and that's ground. So maybe it'd be Silicobra that I'd have to get to be able to be good against electrics. I actually really enjoy this Galarian Mouth and the Berserker. As you can see, there's lots of cool Pokemon for this generation. But this is the team that I am currently planning on building. We will see how it works out, and we'll see, if I can take on the Pokemon League with it, or if there's some changes that need to happen, because there's a couple factors. I mean, gym leaders, once I get to a certain gym leader, if I'm gonna, not be able to defeat the gym leader with this team, there will be, edits that need to happen. Like, for example, some of the gym leaders we already know already, like Milo and Nessa. I'll be able to take care of both of those easy, because Milo, I have the fire and I have the bug, and I have the flying. Nessa should be easy because I have the electric. I'll have, Boltund that I'll be able to take care of him pretty easy. And then, of course, there's the rumored Kabu Fire Gym Leader, and that should be easy to take on with Inteleon, which at that time will probably only be Drizzle. I believe if I'm getting Shield, I'll be getting a Ghost type, which should be easy with Obstagoon and even Orbeetle. And potentially some of these other ones, depending on what the Ghost typings, secondary typings are. I believe I'm also going to be getting a Poison type gym, which again should be easy with Orbeetle. And even maybe, like I said again, potentially some of these other ones, depending on what the actual Pokemon are that are going to be used in the game. Dragon one's going to be tough. Steel one, I think there's a Steel gym that I'll be fighting, which I should be good because of Centiskorch, and I could probably also go ahead and raise up a Roly-Poly, so I have both Roly-Poly and Centiskorch for that. And what else would there be? I think there's an Ice gym potentially, or a Dark gym, and both of those I have cover for, like the Bug. I can defeat the Dark with the Bugs, and I can defeat the Ice with the Fire, so we're good there. And also have the Flying for never mind, I was thinking Bug. If there is a Bug gym, though, I do have Flying. But then also, the other aspect is the whole Elite Four part in Pokemon League. There's been rumors that there's not going to be Elite Four. And in fact, there was something spoiled that kind of confirmed that rumor. But I'm not sure exactly if it's a real leak or not. So I just don't know once I get up there. I don't know what I'm looking at. Usually when you have a game, you can look at, okay, here's the Elite Four. There's Lance, who's Dragons. There's, Karen, who's Dark. There's yada, yada, yada. They give you 4 different typings that you can plan for. And then you can be like, okay, then this is kind of going to be the good round team that I'm going to need for the Pokemon League. But if there's no Elite Four, then you just kind of need to build a good team. And I sort of feel like I have the beginnings of a good team, although it does feel like there may need to be a little bit of changes here and there. Centiskorch may not be able to be a viable one. I might have to use Roly-Poly instead. or as he's called in this page. Oops, what was that? Hold on. What is going on? Or as he's, I don't know why that happened. Or as he's called on this page, Colossal. So I mean that could also be my fire type. One thing that I'm a little bit disappointed about with this Pokedex is that the apparent lack of other fire and grass types, and even water to some degree. Like you got a couple waters. There's like a couple good waters. There's a couple good grass. There's a couple fire, but it's like there's not a lot necessarily to choose from. Like if I'm going to be Sobble, that means that my grass type is going to be either Gossifleur or Appleton. It's like it's not really, a lot to choose from there. And then my fire is going to either be Centiskorch or Colossal. But like with Kanto, if I chose Squirtle, then my fire type could be Vulpix, or Growlithe, or Ponyta, or Magmar. See, there's like at least a good 4 there. Flareon, there's 5 different fire types there. And I think that's one of the disadvantages of having these generations that only come out with like 80 new Pokemon or whatever. That's still a decent amount, but I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon on here that there's quite a few Dragon types. They don't necessarily always balance the typings well from different type to different type. Now, I understand that's hard because there's like 18 types, but still. And there's some other things that would be fun to play with. I would enjoy getting a chance to play with Berserker. Mr. Rhyme and Mr. Mime look fun. I kind of like the Cursula. Not too sure about the Darmok and the Darmanitan. But here's another reason why I would really like Centiskorch or Colossal, is that both of them have the Gigantamax. So that's really cool. Applin has a Gigantamax. That was another one. I would like to look at this line, potentially too. That one looked really fun to me. So, if I needed to switch out like Yamper for Applin or something like that, then that would be cool. But yeah, basically in conclusion, this is what I'm hoping that I can make my team to be for Sword and Shield. And I didn't like Orbeetle. I didn't like some of these Pokemon when I first saw them, but the more I'm looking at them, the more like Pokemon I feel, and the more I'm liking them. I definitely already like this generation more than Generation 7. I wasn't a huge fan of Gen 7, so yeah. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video and I wasn't too boring. Please comment below your team that you want to choose. I will try to see about putting this thing in the video description or something. Maybe posting it on a pinned comment or something. That way you guys can all use it for your own interests. Alright, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you when Pokemon Sword and Shield come out. Thank you very much.